Hey, welcome everyone to this week's episode of CounterPoint. Thanks for being here. I'm Mike from the Wells Tech team.
And I'm Jeremy from the catalog department. Mike, and what we're going to talk today about is a brake light switch, part number SW11990.
Okay.
Just basically how to install it, how not to install it. And
The do's and the don'ts.
Exactly,
Okay.
exactly.
Sure. All right, so what exactly does this switch right here, what does this go on? What kind of vehicles?
It fits 99 to 2012 right in that area, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep applications.
Okay.
And there's also actually a Volkswagen application in there because it's basically the same as a Grand Caravan.
Sure, that Volkswagen Rutan
Right,
minivan?
right,
Okay.
exactly.
Sure.
Yeah, it fits cars, cars, trucks, a little bit of everything.
Wow.
So,
It's really across the board, and that's probably part of the reason why we get a lot of calls on this thing.
right.
So let's talk about, first of all, getting the switch out of the box. What do we see?
Yeah, basically, when you get the part, you're going to find out, you're going to open it up, and it should be in a bag. And there's a
Okay.
reason it should be in the bag, because also in there is going to be an instruction sheet. This isn't packing material. This actually, we all know that we don't always like to read
We're supposed to
instructions.
read that, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
So when you see it in the bag, you should also see an instruction sheet in there. And
Okay.
there's a reason there's an instruction sheet in there, because there's certain things that you do and don't want to do with this switch.
Okay.
I'll let you go ahead and talk about that part of it.
Let's talk about those now. So everybody's natural reaction with the switch is they're going to pick it up and they're going to see two different things. One, a lever on this side and a plunger on this side. Well, you grab it out of the box, the first thing you're going to want to do, start pushing on the plunger and maybe, let's flip the lever and see what it does, right?
Exactly. We want to make sure it works, right?
Exactly. Well, by doing that, you probably just wrecked the switch. It's not going to work. The switch isn't a self-adjusting, one-time use only switch. And we went as far as in writing that right on the switch. It says, do not reinstall.
Right. Again, that's why it's in the bag. You get it in a
Exactly.
bag, look at the instructions. That should hopefully deter people from doing that.
Exactly. It's super important because if you install this switch after you went like this or you flipped the lever before it was installed, if that's done before then, chances are the switch is not going to work. You're not going to have any brake lights at all.
Which is a bad thing.
It's a huge
big
safety issue.
Right, safety concern.
Exactly. So it says that in the instruction sheet. It actually says that right in the service information from when this vehicle was made. It says here, caution: the brake lamp the brake lamp switch self-adjusting switch plunger, which our plunger here is self-adjusting, is a one-time only feature. If the switch is removed from the bracket, a new switch must be installed.
Right. So basically, if you were to happen to get this switch and this lever is already flipped, like in this position right here.
Exactly. Parallel with the connector. An activated or a flipped lever is going to be parallel with the connector. When you get this switch out of the box, it should be at about a 45-degree angle to the connector here. If it's parallel like that,
Get a new switch.
get a new switch. It's not going to function for your vehicle.
Right. Another thing I noticed about this, there's 6 terminals in this thing.
Yeah, this isn't just a single circuit in here. This actually has 3 circuits inside of it, 2 for brake lamp control and 1 for speed control, for deactivating the cruise control.
Okay.
So we went ahead and actually put out a pinout diagram out on the website to help you guys figure out what each pin does and how to diagnose it. So if we look at that diagram here, you can see that each pin is labeled on there with battery supply all the way to brake lamp switch sense. So all 6 of those pins are labeled. You also see that the arm is labeled as well, arm at 45 degrees when shipped. So that's really important.
A lot of stuff to help you know what you're getting, what it
Exactly.
should look like when you get it. Also, as long as we're talking about our website, for whatever reason, if you were to get the part and lose the instructions, no instructions in the box, those will be on our website as well.
Excellent.
These instruction sheets. So.
Excellent. And those instruction sheets pretty much state the entire removal and installation process along with the adjustment process.
Right.
And just as a quick rundown of it, what you're going to do is you're going to take the old switch out, and it's just a simple turn. This thing just locks in there just by doing a turn to it. It's got 2 tabs on here that lock in. So when the switch is installed, when you install your new switch, you push it in, turn it. It's installed with the brake pedal in its normal position. So you're not pushing the brake pedal down at all. The brake pedal's just sitting where it normally should. That is when you flip this lever right here. That's going to self-adjust this plunger right here, and it's going to make the switch work. Now, before I had mentioned not to do this. The reason why you don't want to do this is because of the self-adjusting feature. This switch right here on this plunger here, it's got these ribs on there, and those ribs are actually what's going to be gripping against the inside here. This collar, I guess you could call it. That is what the lever here is moving. That lever will move and allow the collar to hold tension against the plunger.
Okay, and if we wear those ribs off, then
If
it's
those
not gonna
ribs
hold
are
on.
gone, there's nothing for it to hold tension against. It's not going to hold in place. It's not going to stay adjusted.
Right.
And you're going to lose your brake lights again. So don't do this. Don't play with the lever until the switch has been installed in the
gotcha.
vehicle.
Now, I know some of the newer brake light
Mm-hmm.
switches require programming. Does this one require to be programmed?
It does not. You know, you're talking probably the GM one that we get a lot
Right.
of calls on requires programming. This one is just a simple plug and play. You install it in the vehicle, hook the connector up, flip the lever for the adjuster after it's installed, and you should be good to go. There's no sort of module programming or anything like that.
Okay. And as always,
Mm-hmm.
if you have any questions, you can always call our 800 number at 1-800-558-9770.
Right.
And Prompt 1 will get you in a tech, and
Yep.
Prompt 2 will get you into the cataloging department if you have any cataloging type questions. So,
Exactly. We're
think-
here to help.
yeah, I think that's about all we got for you guys today.
I think so.
Once again, my name is Jeremy.
And I'm Mike, and we'll see you guys again next time for CounterPoint.